Hey folks, welcome to Did You Pack Snacks? My name's Colin.
And I'm Meg.
This is a family travel podcast where we talk all things high, low, and all the long miles in between of traveling with kids.
And surprise, this is episode 1.
Woo!
We're so happy that you're here. This is something that we've wanted to do for a long time.
Long time. And we just love that a podcast, we can talk a lot more things than just a Instagram caption or like a YouTube video where we actually get to, I don't know, we want you to feel like you're in the room with us, even though you're driving to work or you're cleaning the house. This is our time to hang.
And we're going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about maybe some deep dives on countries that we've been to. We're going to share some travel ideas. Something that this isn't, though, is this is not us speaking from a place of that we're experts, because we're not experts.
Good joke.
If you're new here, we share our travels with our kids on Instagram, on YouTube, on all the socials. And we started doing that really just because we love to travel.
Yeah.
And when you love something so much, you naturally share it with your kids. So that's
Right.
our why.
Yeah.
We love it so much. And I think...
And then we did take it the next level though.
Okay.
Because we said, all right, we've been doing this for 2 years. Let's spice it up and let's have an arbitrary goal.
Right.
And so we said, let's try visiting 50 countries with our kids. And will we ever make it? I'm not sure.
No, we're going to make it. And the 50 countries wasn't just to check countries off the list.
Yeah.
It was really just to allow us to think about traveling more creatively.
Yeah.
Instead of going back to the most popular places that we love or maybe other people love, we get to kind of look at the world and say, wait, we've never thought about going there.
Yeah.
And it kind of just gets us out of our box a little bit.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this name of the podcast.
Okay.
Because it's called Did You Pack Snacks? And I want a huge disclaimer right at the top. It's not a food show.
It's not a food show. Not a snack show.
No. Snacks involved.
Snacks are involved.
Snacks are loved and welcomed. But we were trying to think of a name for the podcast. And it was like Family Travel Show, Travel Talk. And all those names were taken. Which, congratulations. If that's your podcast, way to go.
You won SEO.
Yeah. Okay, so one night you had the idea. You're like, what about Did You Pack Snacks? And I just had to take a moment because I was scared, happy, joyful all at the same time.
Right, because when you travel with kids, that question comes up and you feel one of two things. You either feel frightened because you realize you open your carry-on and there aren't enough snacks and you're stuck on a plane and your kid's going to be hungry. Or you are the champion that has things ready in a Ziploc bag and you throw it back in the van. And we don't even have a van, but I just feel like it's really family-like to have a van.
Yeah.
And you're like, I did it. It's going to be a great trip. We are on the right foot. Let's go.
Yeah.
So really, we just felt like that title kind of was all-encompassing to what it feels like to travel with kids, whether it's a good moment or a hard moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, we decided to...
People's hunger levels is the make or break.
Right.
Like, you can have a lot more fun if everyone's happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to name the podcast that. We are totally in it with you. Like we said, we have 2 girls. Charlotte is 6.
Yeah.
And Liv is 4. And we've been traveling internationally with the girls since Char was only 9 months old. Mm-hmm. So we've had some good moments and some hard ones.
Oh, yes.
But we're sticking it out.
Yeah.
So what are some things that people can expect from this podcast, Colin?
Ooh, okay, Megan. I shall answer that question. So in this podcast, we'll talk all things travel, whether it's like to fulfill that wanderlust, and we talk about dream destinations we want to go to. We highlight countries or places not to go, places to go, all kinds of budget options.
We're going to talk stories. We're going to talk experiences. We're going to deep dive some countries. We've got a long list of things that we're going to talk about. So right. Stick around. Plenty of episodes to come. But today we are going to talk all things summer travel. Right. We're going to go from low budget to medium budget to dream budget. Yeah. Because summer is upon us. It's currently 86 outside. We're in South Carolina. And yes, everyone's either, if you see someone, if you meet a friend, the question that you're asking them is, what are y'all doing this summer?
Right.
where are you going? Do I want to do that too?
But before we get into that, the meat of the episode, we have a segment. This is our first segment. We're going to do segments here, guys, because they just make things more fun.
This is a real show.
This is a real show. We've got segments. So our first one is, we're calling it Ask the People. And basically on Instagram, if you're not following us there, it's at Colin and Meg. We're going to share some questions, maybe ask for some stories, and all of the responses will be shared anonymously. But it's really just a way to learn from other people's experiences or to have fun.
Yep.
So my first Ask the People question was, if you could pick one celebrity, take them alive or not, take them somewhere on vacation and do an activity with them, who would you go with and why? And we got all kinds of responses.
I got my responses too, but go ahead.
No, well, please share.
Okay. Well, mine is Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, why?
Immediately because this is fun.
Yeah.
And I want to take Jimmy, or Jimmy's going to take me because he's paying for it.
Right.
So Jimmy and I are going to go to Walt Disney World. We're going to hit up all the roller coasters. We're going to get there early, actually, do the early park magic hours. Him and I strolling down Main Street. We're going to grab a turkey leg. We're going to do brunch. We're going to eat at the Japanese restaurant at Epcot.
Wow.
End the day with fireworks. That's what I'm doing.
You're going to get matching t-shirts or matching ears?
Nope, hoodies.
Only hoodies.
I'm all into hoodies
even if
these
it's
days.
the middle of the summer.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay. Okay, we had some great answers come in too. Some were surprising, and I think you're going to like them.
Okay.
So our first one, which he's like the OG of travel experiences. I think he taught all of us.
Rick Steves?
Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, better.
And anywhere he recommends for delicious street food is what they said. So I'm going to go ahead and say head to Southeast Asia.
Yep.
That feels like you're going to have a great time.
Well, yeah, street food is anonymous. Anonymous? Unanimous. Synonymous. Synonymous with Southeast Asia.
I think that's right. Moving on. So yes, Anthony Bourdain, Southeast Asia, street food. Just eat until you drop. Don't stop.
That sounds great.
Eat until you drop. All right, another
Yeah.
one. David from Schitt's Creek, which if you haven't seen that show, you're missing out.
Yep.
Not the actor, but the actual character, David.
Did they say where?
No, they didn't say where. Where would you go?
Paris.
Why?
I don't know. David, fashion,
Bougie.
hand creams,
Gosh.
eye masks. We would be in Paris sipping on something I can't even pronounce. And yeah, he would just be complaining about something.
But it would be a great time.
Love it.
Okay, this one's going to surprise you. Someone we know said that they'd hang with Ben Franklin. They're throwing it way back.
Okay, why?
Because he's their great times 7 grandfather.
Wow.
7 grandpas.
Wow.
7 times.
That is insane.
That's insane. So we're like 2 degrees removed from Ben Franklin now.
Right.
Or maybe we have been for a while, but now we know.
But also the pressure on the whole family to like have an A in U.S. history. Like, you don't tell that to your history teacher and then get a D.
Right? Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, but she said that she'd hang with Ben Franklin because they're related. They'd sip mojitos and swap family secrets.
Ben Franklin sipping mojitos.
He'd have some family secrets to share, though.
Lots of them.
And
yeah. That could change the entire course of our country.
I was going to say, and some like political secrets to share.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That's fun.
We've got, Tom Hanks.
Okay.
He directed and filmed my Survivor audition tape on Castaway Island.
Am I allowed to know who this is?
No.
No, okay.
It's anonymous.
Okay, because I want to audition for Survivor too, so I thought,
Right, this is new news. Well, it's new to you if this is the first time you're hanging out with us. But Colin's a citizen of Malaysia. Yeah. We've been married for almost 9 years, 8.5. Okay. And we decided this year to pursue citizenship for Colin.
Well, not as a spur of the moment idea.
Right. It's kind of always been like, we should do that, and then we don't.
Right. It's taken a long time to even be able to.
Right.
There's time involved.
And previous visas. He's had a green card for a while. Anyways. We're also big fans of the show Survivor, or have been since the time that the world shut down. I don't know why I feel like it's a bad word to say. But anyway, we've started watching Survivor then, season 40.
Yeah.
It's like 4 seasons since then, and we love it. If you haven't watched Survivor since like back in the day, give it another try because they've really upped the game, the production.
Well, and not just that, I feel like they have adapted to the current social climate.
Right.
Right. You know, back in the day, reality TV back in the day was all about like, oh,
Love
who's going to date who? Da, da,
Yeah.
da. But now it's like
it's a game.
It's a good game with a diverse cast and people from all walks of life. And it's just great.
And these things tie together because Colin wants to apply, but you can't apply unless you're an American citizen. So we're thinking that later this year, after he passes his citizenship test, he's going to send in a tape.
Which I've been practicing on my U.S. Citizen app.
There's an app.
Average of 95.
Proud of
Pretty
you.
good.
Proud of you. That he's going to apply. And so if all of a sudden, you know, next summer on the podcast, I'm like, hey guys, it's just going to be me for a while and I'm going to interview guests. You know that you know, like wink, wink.
I'm gone.
Colin's on the island.
I'm in Fiji, baby.
So just know you heard it here first. All right.
But Tom Hanks, though.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Him and just yelling at me and telling me what to do.
And we know that he can survive on an island.
Yep.
We've seen him do it.
Me, Tom, and Wilson.
Okay.
Who's next?
All right. This is the last one that I'll read from here, but I actually think I'm going to copy and paste it to my own answer.
This is your response.
Well, it's not, but I'm stealing. I'm stealing it. Okay. They would choose Oprah.
Okay.
Fly to Hawaii on a private jet because she's paying.
It's getting better.
Free stay in Maui.
Okay.
Hawaii is one of my favorite places in the world. Maui is
You were
amazing.
actually wearing your Maui t-shirt this morning.
I was.
And then you got...
I know, I should have kept it on.
Right.
And she's friends with the Obamas, so they'd hang. They'd all hang. So this is like, she picked one celebrity, but she worked 3 into her answer, and I just appreciate an overachiever. But this also sounds like my dream. I love all of those people.
And the place.
The place.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. I mean, go to Hawaii. I'd go to Hawaii with you.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I'm just kidding.
No. You don't want to go with me. I don't have that much money.
It's okay. I still enjoyed when we went.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that answer. And I've just loved Oprah since I was a kid, you guys. I used to watch her television show. Well, you know, when she had her talk show.
So did I.
And
I think that's why we fell in love with each other.
Maybe. We've never talked about it before, though.
No. But I would, whenever I come home from school, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's what I would do.
That's what you would watch?
Watch
she
Oprah.
used to give away weddings. And
she gave away lots of things.
I know. But I used to be like so determined that I would win one of her weddings. And, you know, I didn't, but I still like her.
And we got married in a barn, which was still amazing.
It was still cute.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's our first segment. What do you think?
Way to go, people.
Way to go.
Thanks for your responses.
and if you see me ask a random question, now that the podcast is like out in the world and people know that we're doing it, I'll make sure to say that this is for the show. And we love you to send in your responses.
Yes, please. When we ask, please respond.
Okay, so now let's get back to what we're here to talk about, which is all things summer travel.
And boy, have I prepared a show for you. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm always attracted to like low budget things. Maybe that's because where we are in life.
Yeah.
But we'll be sharing a big range of things that we're going to do today. And summer is one of the best and worst times to travel.
Right.
Because everyone is available to travel. Kids are out of school. But then all the hotels and airlines go, oh, you want to travel, do you? And so it's good and bad.
Because it's expensive.
Right.
That's what can lend itself to be challenging.
But that is why we are coming out with this episode in time, just in time for the summer. And some of you might already have your summer plans planned, and that's good for you. I'm speaking to all you late planners out there that are just like us.
And you're getting a little FOMO because you're hearing what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And originally you were like, hey guys, you know, telling the kids, telling your spouse, we're just going to lay low this summer and we're happy about it. Yeah. But then once you hear all the whispers of things that people are doing, you're ready to book a trip.
Yeah.
So hopefully these ideas will help you make something happen.
Right. Because this first episode is launching June 7th. And so if you're in June and you don't have plans yet,
get on it.
Get on it.
We're going to help you.
We're going to help you. All right, here we go. These are some ideas if you are traveling this summer on a low budget. Don't worry. We're doing the same thing. We are splurging at the end. We're going to talk about all the high-low concept later. But for all you people that are looking for a cheaper summer, you just want to lay low, these are the 3 things I got for you, and then we can expound on those.
Okay, tell us.
You can either go camping.
Camping.
You can either go to a beach.
Beach.
You can go to a city.
City.
Camping, beach, city.
Got it.
So wherever you are, those 3 things should be available.
Yeah.
There's always a state park or a national park near you.
And one thing that I've loved looking into, and may be hard for this summer, but if you plan for next summer, a lot of the state and national parks have actual like cabins on their property that they rent out in a really great price point.
Yeah. Usually
because of that, they're booked in advance. But if you can get on your A game for next summer, that would be a great way to see a beautiful place on a budget.
Right. And yeah, so for those of you who love nature, like we love nature, I feel like, I don't know, I was born in Malaysia. If I drove 10 minutes one direction, there would be wild monkeys.
Yeah.
And trees that are taller than 3-story houses.
And an occasional pygmy elephant sighting.
No, seriously, my cousin posted a picture the other day. She was like, on the way to work, and there's an elephant. But I feel like nature has always been, I have so many memories of just playing in the river, going on hikes. And those are just like core memories for me that I want to pass on to our kids. And there's just something special about nature. It's such a gift for families. So if you want to take advantage of that, go camping. If you don't like camping, like Megan said, there are cabins in state parks, national parks. Also try Airbnb or Hip Camp. Sometimes you can find a good campsite.
That's true.
Or a tiny house or something like that. And just to make it fun and be out in nature, leave your phones in the car so that you still have GPS. But yeah, unplug. Do that.
And we've made a lot of really great memories camping.
Yeah.
Gotten to see national parks, gotten to do different road trips, and we just started camping with our girls this year. We've taken them one time so far, and we just stayed close to home at a state park. And so it doesn't have to be some adventure or vacation that involves air travel. You literally can pick somewhere beautiful within a few hours of where you live and tent camp, stay in a cabin, stay in an affordable Airbnb. Those are all ways that you can make great memories on a low budget.
Yep. Number 2, we're going to talk about beach getaways.
Okay.
And this is something that we are doing this summer.
Right.
We are going to 2 beaches, one with Megan's family, one with friends. These are long time traditions, and you might have those too. But we're going to Oak Island in North Carolina, recently featured in Travel and Leisure.
Yeah.
And this whole time, I've been kind of like having this love-hate relationship with it. But then Travel and Leisure was like, you need to go here. And I was like, yeah, I love Oak Island.
Oak Island is so cute.
Yeah.
It's so charming. It's about 15-20 minutes away from a small town called Southport.
Yeah.
You can take a ferry over to Bald Head Island. There's an aquarium there, some more beaches. And then Oak Island itself is just like what you would imagine a summer beach town to be like. It's got the ice cream shops. Shout out to Sweet Treats.
Yep.
Get their banana pudding ice cream if you go.
And the honey lavender.
They've got a bunch of restaurants.
Yeah.
We love...
You got your bagel shop, your coffee shop. And,
everything.
And there's no like high rises or condos.
Right.
It's mostly residential. And so
and they're also... Well, and I have to interrupt you.
Okay.
Because it's also known for turtles.
Yeah.
They have so many turtles that nest, and then these baby turtles hatch probably in August, I would say. So if you head there at the end of the summer, at the beginning, you can maybe catch a turtle hopping up on the beach to lay eggs. And then at the end of the summer, you may be able to catch a turtle sighting. We did once, and it was really cool.
On accident.
We stumbled upon it. The volunteers were leaving because it's a whole operation. They have volunteers that basically do everything they can to get all the turtles into the ocean.
Yeah.
Colin and I stumbled upon this nest as the volunteers were leaving. They didn't expect that it would hatch that night, right?
No, I looked down all of a sudden and there's like, why are there black dots coming out of the sand?
Yeah.
And immediately the volunteer says, Colin, go to the ocean right now. Jump in the waves. Turn your cell phone light on. Be the moon.
You were
and I was
the
like,
moon.
I will be the moon. I will guide these babies to the ocean.
And then she told me, start counting. And at first I was like, oh, no big deal. But then once it got past like 200, I was like, there's a lot. But It was awesome. It was a cool experience.
For some reason, my brain's telling me that there was 267. Wow. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah,
267.
the day we met 267 turtles.
Okay, so the next place we're going this summer is 30A.
Woohoo!
30A is crazy popular. It's really busy.
I was at a bar in Bangkok one time. The front door had a 30A sticker on. Everybody's going to 30A.
Everybody knows. It's basically the stretch of highway from Panama City to Destin. And along the highway, there are these cute little towns like Santa Rosa, Seaside, Rosemary, Alice Beach. I'm sure I'm forgetting one, but they're so cute. But why do we go, Colin?
We go for the quality of the beach.
Yeah, it feels like the Caribbean. Like the water is crystal clear. You can see your toes at the bottom.
You can see a shark from many miles away.
Yes.
Or feet.
The sand is like white and soft.
Powdery.
It feels like you're...
In the Caribbean.
We already said that.
Great.
So that's why we go. There's a lot of restaurants that we love to visit while we're there. Like we said, we go with some friends. And really, we just have decided to go back to the Gulf because it feels like the best beach in the U.S. There, I said it.
Whoa.
I'm sure
I agree with you.
I'm sure there are a lot of other beaches on the Gulf that are just as popular. So if you head to one, let us know because maybe we'll switch it up one summer. I still want to stay in that area.
Right.
But yeah, I love that trip every year.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Let us know what your beach getaways are. Like, I want to know if there are better spots.
Right.
Why did I say better? Better spots.
Let's switch it up.
But it's also been tradition though. So maybe we don't want to switch it up. Maybe
we'll add a third trip to a different beach.
Which will go against our low budget. But the reason why, I will say though, 30A is not cheap.
Right,
but that's
true.
just what we're doing. But I am paying for it using my Capital One miles, which I'm not. That's a whole other episode for another day. But that's how we afford going to 30A.
Okay, so let's get into the medium budget locations. So if somebody's like, I've got some money to spend, it's not going to be my full out year, but I've got some money. What would be some ideas you'd have for that family?
Okay, I'm going to list all the ideas. Okay. And then maybe we can
hit a
talk
feedback.
more about it. Okay. But I mentioned glamping, and this is different from finding a campsite or a campground. When I say glamping, this is my dream glamping spot.
Okay.
And I've been wanting to book this for years, and it feels like I just can't. It's out of reach.
But maybe you can.
I don't know.
Do it for Colin.
I don't know. But when I think glamping, I've always wanted to stay in Governor's Island, right in New York. And you can take a ferry there, and it is just luxury. You are in your own tent. There's like gourmet s'mores. I don't know how you can make s'mores better, but there's gourmet s'mores.
And isn't the general public kicked off the island at a certain time, so you kind of end up being the only people allowed there overnight? I feel like that's true.
Yeah, it's the only place you can sleep there.
Right.
Unless you sneak in, which I might just have to do.
No.
But that's what I think of when I think of glamping, or these like luxury retreats that you see in like the Grand Canyon, Utah, all these places.
Which that is another suggestion. If you have a medium budget, like head out to Utah. Utah is filled with some of the most beautiful national parks. They have a lot of glamping opportunities, a lot of, just stays in general, whether you're renting a house or staying in a hotel. But you could make a really incredible road trip and see so many things.
With minimal driving.
You've got Zion, Arches, the Grand Canyon.
Bryce.
So many, like right there. I remember when we went, we were blown away by like, that's only 3 hours from here. Let's go.
Right.
So that would be a really epic road trip to go on if you wanted to go on a road trip this summer.
I will say that was our baby moon. Oh, so like we haven't done it with kids.
That's true, to be fair. Disclaimer.
So we'll see. Maybe we can do that again one day.
That would be fun.
And we can do that. Yeah.
Some international thoughts though.
International thoughts. And this is my country of recommendation.
Okay.
I got two.
Okay.
I wrote down Puerto Rico.
We haven't
been, but I've been getting flight deals to Puerto Rico, often.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Puerto Rico is that a lot of these cheap flights are flying out of Orlando. So if you are by any chance going to Disney, or Orlando for any reason, you can make that a combo deal. And once you get there, we have a lot of friends that say you can share an Airbnb or like the bioluminescent bays, amazing beaches, amazing street food. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe we do need to go. We might have to go next year because our plans for this year is packed. We'll tell you all more about that later. But yeah, I wrote Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then another one, if you're on the East Coast like us and you're like, I want to go to Europe so bad.
Go to Portugal.
Go to Lisbon. You may not be able to afford London or Paris, but Lisbon is amazing.
It's amazing. And there's a lot of flight deals that fly out to Lisbon. And the cool thing is, with kids, you can hang out in the city for 2 or 3 days, then rent a car and drive down south to the Algarve. The highways are great, easy to navigate. You can totally do it. And then you've got beaches, those like gorgeous cliffs that meet the beach, and you're in the sun. Like that just sounds like a dream summer vacation.
Right.
And it's very affordable, especially if you're able to snag a deal to fly there or use credit card points.
Yeah. Well, and when we say deal, we're talking in the low 300s.
Right. Per person.
Right.
Like just
from the
insane.
East Coast.
From the
I'm
East
not
Coast.
sure if from the West, but Lisbon, we've been there. We spent a month there, and our Airbnb cost for the month was, I think, shy of $2,000.
Yeah, for 30 days.
For 30 days in one of the most incredible neighborhoods
In Lisbon.
overlooking all of Lisbon. So it's a good place to go. So there we have it. We got glamping, Utah, Lisbon, Puerto Rico, and I kind of wanted to throw Montana in there because it's my favorite national park.
Yeah, I would say it's a moderate to high budget, though. You may be creeping into high because it's kind of
Okay.
in the middle of nowhere. We're referencing Glacier National Park. It's not very easy to get to.
No, but once you're there, you feel like you're truly, like you're escaping the world, it feels
true.
like. Okay, high budget / dream budget. We're going to do this, like, let's just have fun with this because it could be anything, right?
It could be anything.
So I'll just ask you one, you ask me one. Megan, what would your dream summer be?
I would do a 2-in-1 deal, and
Okay.
we would fly to Morocco. We'd spend like 7 days there. We'd do Marrakesh, and then we're going to take the girls out to the Sahara and glamp in the middle of the desert.
I like
It's going to
that.
happen.
I like that.
Then we'll come back, and maybe we're a little bit peopled out. We got to head to nature, so we're going to hop a quick flight over to the Dolomites.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to see those mountains in that
the
area
summer
in
too?
the summer.
Wow.
I just feel like that would be a dream. So that's can't wait for you to take me on that trip, babe.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I did buy. I'm just kidding. That's not bad.
Thanks.
Not bad. I will. Man, I did not think about this ahead of time. Megan. Okay, Montana.
Okay.
Like we'll just keep Montana.
We'll just keep Montana.
I will fly to Montana, get a rental car, rent some e-bikes.
Yes.
I'm gonna e-bike Glacier National Park. I'm gonna stay at the Many Glacier Hotel.
Oh, that's a good
It
one.
goes for like $400 or $500 a night, and there's barely anything in the rooms, but it's so rustic and it's so historic. Like when you're walking in the lobby, like this carpet has been here for 80 years.
And isn't that the one with like the lake right out on the backside?
Yes.
And we saw like moose
Yes.
in there bathing.
Right. You can do
So
horseback
cool.
riding there, and you can hike to a glacier. So there's this hike. It's called the Grinnell Glacier Hike, where you have to jump on 2 boats.
Yes.
You hike for a mile, get on a boat. Hike for another mile, get on a boat, all the way up to a glacier. I mean, come on.
Sounds like a dream.
That's my dream summer right there.
Okay, but should we tell them how we're ending this summer?
Let's do it.
So
we want you to be part of this.
Be part of this. Well, you can follow along on all the things. Like we said, we share videos on YouTube, on Instagram. We're travel creators, and we often get to partner with businesses, tourism boards, and we're so excited to be partnering with the tourism board in the Faroe Islands, which if you've never heard of that, they're islands off the coast of Iceland. They're gorgeous, like so beautiful, and we're so excited to explore that part of the world with our kids. And then we're kind of packaging it with Iceland because do you remember that was the first place that we ever took Shar?
That's our destination number 1. She was 9 months old. And it's just been this nostalgic trip for us.
Yeah, and Liv gets kind of jealous every time we talk about a place that Char's been and she hasn't.
Yeah.
So she's really excited. So we're going to visit the Faroe, we're going to work there, and then we're going to head to Iceland.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to end our summer. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
And yeah, so we'll be releasing videos, posts, stories, reels, all about Faroe Islands and Iceland. So hopefully that's one place that you want to take your family to in the future.
Yeah.
But Meg, I think our time is up.
I think our time. Thanks for listening, guys. and really, I haven't said this, so I will just drop a little plug. If you enjoyed listening, we'd love for you to leave a review and, hit subscribe and follow along. We're excited to share more on this platform.
Yep.
We're excited for you guys to be here. We appreciate it so much. So yeah, we'd appreciate a review and come back for episode 2.
So folks, have a great summer and do not forget to pack snacks. Bye.
Bye.